for Everfrost. Wonder where it gets its name. No idea. Okay, so after a harrowing boat ride involving lots of cold stuff, we arrive on the docks. Yay! Look, there's a mender. Some dude doing some fishing. If I remember correctly, you can get some plushies off of this guy. Got a family who I've already done the quest for, but yeah, they want you to go do some stuff. And got a merchant, so you can sell your crap to them. And this dude who wants something, I don't remember what. And a banker. Convenience. Convenience. Alright, let's take a look at Everfrost. Everfrost looks like a big frozen island. And it is. Okay. So let's do things a little differently today. Instead of just running around from spot to spot going snowbanks, frost wolves, frozen trees, snowbanks, we're just going to go to the important places and point them out. So we're going to take a little side trip right down here. And point out this guy, Master Talus. Okay, this guy wants you to find some pieces of a, what was it? I think it was a rod or something like that. Rod, scepter, wand. Anyways, there's 4 pieces to it, and they're all out here somewhere, and he wants you to go find them. It's a heritage quest, in case you hadn't guessed. Hey, look, you can subscribe, in case you hadn't figured that out either. Anyways, just like a, yeah, examine the snow. Behold, there's a coin glinting in the snow. If you pick it up, you'll get a quest. I'm not going to pick it up right now. Anyhow, docks over there, heritage quest dudes over here, and this location is of particular note. The Shard of Love. Yes, that's right. We've seen the Shard of Hate. We've seen the Shard of Fear. And this is the Shard of Love. This is a scaling instance. Starts at level 50, I want to say. Maybe it's 60. I think it's 50, though. Anyways, yeah, this is the Shard of Love. You go in there and you do some stuff. Love-related stuff. And it's a cool little zone. Anyways, so as you see, oops, scroll back in there. Alright, so this area right here is the starting area. This is Master Talus, this is the bell, this is the Shard of Love, and we start in the harbor. Sharks. Alright, lots of sharks down there. Some of them are hostile, some of them are not. I don't remember which is which, to be honest. But Dreadwake used to be an epic shark that swam around in here, but he doesn't do that anymore. You have to spawn him. He's actually part of a quest now. Oh, the fun times of being chased by Dreadwake. I still remember my first encounter with him. I was just swimming along, minding my own business. Combat music starts, and I'm thinking to myself, what? Nothing's attacking me. So I made it onto the shore here, and this gigantic shark face just came up after me. He couldn't come and get me because I was, on the shore and stuff. But here he was. He just came right through the snow. He was just smiling at me. I was like, what the hell is that? This guy is the quest giver for Dreadwake. Like I said, he used to be an epic. I don't think he's epic anymore. I think he's just a triple up now. Of course, there will be plenty of these. The first battle, page 11. So anyways, we're going to jump over to here. This is where you run into the pioneers. Protector of the Pines. Don't think you're going to find too many pines out here, girl, but whatever. Yeah, this is the Bitterwind Trench. You're going to find a whole lot of pioneers out here. They are not hostile unless you piss them off. I don't think I've ever actually done her quest. There's a horse here. Check it out. It's a frost unicorn. Check that out. Yeah, frost unicorn. It's pretty cool. Lots of wolves battling the pioneers. So, let's just fly a little faster. See, some wolves fighting the pioneers back there. Like I said, the pioneers will leave you alone unless you attack them. Then they'll attack back. I don't believe that they will cause a faction-wide aggro, though. Anyways, there's a little encampment, some quests here to do as you make your way inland. We're going inland again. Lots of pioneers, lots of wolves, some birds too. You'll have quests to take out those birds. And here we go. Coming through here, and you're in the Minotaurs section. There's also a named lizard, the brood mother. I think that's what she's called. She spawns over here somewhere, if I remember correctly. I don't see her though, so maybe she's not up. Anyway, she's a really big one of these. And she aggroes, well, she used to aggro fairly close to this point, actually. Usually when I got to about here, she'd come charging down and attack. She had a bunch of little babies with her. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see, these are the frost horns, the Minotaurs. They are at war with the valkyries. The valkyries are right over here. Don't mind me, just flying overhead. Here's this guy. What's his name again? Abrak the Fierce. Yeah, he's a big Minotaur. Check him out. Roar. And here are the valkyries. Yay! Cloud Song Maidens. Yes, there are there's a faction thing going on here. So you can side with them and kill them, or you can side with them and kill them. And yeah. I don't know if anyone actually does that though. There's a little raid zone at the end of this. Oh, I should probably point out where we are on the map. Back it up a bit. Okay. That's the Bitterwind Trench, and we came out right here. So this is like the Minotaur Valkyrie section right here. And there's a door way, way, way up here. We're running through here. This is all Valkyrie territory. Ice Spire Caverns. And where's that raid zone? Come on, raid zone, where you at? Obviously, if you want to go to the raid zone, you're either going to have to fight your way through a lot of pissed off Valkyries. Oh, wow, Everfrost Explorer. Here's the raid zone. You're going to have to fight your way through a bunch of pissed off Valkyries, or you can befriend the Valkyries. Yeah, I got loyalty points. It was Ice Spire Summit. I can't remember what all there is to say about Ice Spire Summit. I did that raid long ago. It's not all that big. I believe there was like some type of ice maiden general thing going on in there, but it's been so long I don't recall. One of these days I should go back through it, refresh my memory. So yeah, that's a little point of interest if you're into raiding. There might even be a quest up there to go in there and kick someone's ass, but I don't recall. I don't do a lot of the quests in Everfrost, to be honest. I usually just lay waste to everything in my path. Although I do kind of limit myself to the factions that I'm hostile with. For example, I will gladly pick a fight with the Minotaurs, but I like the Valkyries. So I generally don't piss off the Valkyries. One of the 4 pieces of that rod slash wand slash staff slash scepter slash whatever the hell it was is in this place. They look like eggs. You know what? I might even be able to see it. Yes, red shard. You can track it with harvesting tracking. Where is it? Now that's a good question. I don't see it. Oh, yes I do. Okay, it's over that way. So let's see if I can find it for you. Like I said, they look like little eggs, and they are multicolored. This one is red. Red spawns in this area. As you can see, there it is. Much easier to see when it's on the actual ice shelf. Yeah, I can't pick it up, neither can I target, because I've already done that quest. But it would say a red shard, and as you can see, it's a little red egg. There's a blue one, a green one, a white one, and a red one. The red one spawns in the Minotaur section. The green one spawns this way. If you keep going north through the Minotaur section, you'll come to this door. Not that door, although that is a door. That's the Forbidden Sepulchre. That's a little group zone. Little mini group zone. Yeah, so anyways, this door is what I was talking about. It's more of a tunnel. It didn't used to be here, but they opened it up so you could go through. And this leads you to the upper part. Oh yeah. Easy. This would be hard, I guess. And the medium is in the middle, roughly speaking. Again, that's all just relative to the zone itself, but you've probably figured that out by now. Anyhow, as you go through this little tunnel, just run through a tunnel. Make sure you pack plenty of warm clothing, especially thermal underwear. This place is cold. It's very cold. We run out into the frost giants. Yeah! Now, the green one is out here. The green shard. It's a pain in the ass to find, actually. It shows up pretty well against the ice, but it's got a very large spawn area, so you get to run around in circles looking for it, wondering where it is. Hey, look, it's a question mark. Yeah, it's a collectible, but they're hard to see because of the ice. Snow blindness. It's simulated well here. If you have your personal torch on, like I do, it makes the brightness a little brighter. Anyways, this area is kind of important because there is a group of pioneers that live out here. There's also Tundra Jack and I can't remember the bear's name. He's a ghost. He roams with a bear. It's a linked encounter. Tundra Jack and something. You've also got a whole bunch of bears, more valkyries. There are giants and these ice things. And there, oh, these guys too. Don't forget these guys. And more importantly, what was his name? There's a raid mob out here. It's like let me find him. The Krathuk. Yes, he's a level 55. Is he a times 4? Yes, times 4. Level 55 times 4. So he's a top end epic for the zone. He spawns in this corner right next to this little pioneer place. So be warned. He's usually right around here, I think. Somewhere in this general area. Oh look, their place has been destroyed. Yeah, they're having a tough time. They've got all sorts of quests for you to do. Finding stuff, helping them get... Oh look, she's crying. See, they made her cry. They're a bunch of jerks out here. Oh, yeah, can't forget the Spirit of Wintry Mist. I cannot remember what that is for. There is a quest that involves the Spirit of Wintry Mist. I don't remember where to get it, how big it is. Rainbow Sparklies. Remember the Rainbow Sparklies? You use the ancient silver coin and you find something. Could be something bad, could be something good. Yeah, they're out here too. Hard to see again. Let's see. Again, we're not following any particular order. We're just hitting all the important areas. Not so much important areas, just areas of note. There's a named one of these. I can't remember what his name is. A Frozen Tempest. Frozen Tempest. I don't see it. Huh. The name is spelled slightly different. I can't remember what the name is off the top of my head, but it's one of these guys with a capitalized name. So, something to keep your eyes open for if you want to get some loot or some AA experience, or if you just want to kick something's ass. Oh, that might be him. Is that Tundra Jack? Yep, Tundra Jack and Iceberg. There you go. Tundra Jack and Iceberg. Hey, let's see if we can find the green shard. Track harvestables is very useful because you can use it to find both collectibles, pages. The exclamation points are the pages. Question marks are the collectibles. You can find, of course, harvestables, hence the name track harvestables, and you can find special things like those shards. They are a quest harvestable, I guess you could call them. Doesn't look like it's up, or if it is, it's not within my range yet. I usually find it in the general area around this homestead, but by general area I mean as far away as that Spirit of Wintry Mist, or sometimes down by those little peaks down there. That's where I usually find it, not always. Like I said, it's a green egg, and I'm not seeing it. It could not be up. That's always a possibility. The easiest one for me is usually the white or the blue, and I would lean towards the white. It spawns in a not too difficult area. one of the things that makes red and green so obnoxious is just all the hostiles you have to fight while you're looking for it. And this whole place is pretty much hostile to you. I think the named one of this was like a Tundra Gale or something to that general effect. Because I noticed the regular ones are called a Frozen Gale. I think it was called a Tundra Gale. Oh, well, I don't see the green thing. It's not showing up on my tracking, so we'll move on to the next area. The next area being the end area, if you will. That's where you're going to find permafrost, not to be confused with Everfrost. Permafrost is a frozen fortress of ice giants guarding their mistress, the frost dragon Vox, Lady Vox, to you, and to me, at least according to Lord Nagafin, but he can just suck it, because Nagafin's what I like to refer to as a little bitch. You can tell him I said so. I have no problem walking up and clocking him on the nose. He and I are not on the best of terms. Mainly because he's a stuck-up little, well, yeah. Anyhow, a little bit about Lady Vox. Not a lot to tell. Again, I didn't play EverQuest 1, so I don't know what her whole story is. I know that she's Nagafin's girlfriend, if you will. She's also an exile. Nagafin and Vox were both members of the Ring of Scale. Remember the faction of dragons that broke off away from, away from Vishan's claws. Well, they got exiled because they wanted to do a big no-no. Also note, there's a horse here. And there is a wizard spire off into the distance. What they wanted to do was they wanted to mate. And in my, which one was it? I think it was my Kazakh Thule video, I mentioned that the element of a dragon is not necessarily denoted by its color, but again, a contradiction that Sony told. There is a little discrepancy in what I'm about to say. Dragons of opposing elements are forbidden to mate. However, in EverQuest 1, it was not dragons of opposing elements, it was dragons of different colors. And dragons of opposing elements. If color does not denote element, then why is different color why is that a thing? A red dragon could be an ice dragon, a white dragon could be an earth dragon, you wouldn't know. But they make that distinction. So I think it's another case of one person didn't actually confirm what they were typing down in the dialogue. So you got a little discrepancy. I'm going to stick with the elements because the Awakened is the child of a ice and fire dragon. And yeah. And Vox and Nagafin are both ice and fire dragons. No, they are not the Awakened's parents. There was some speculation on that, but the Awakened's parents were put to death. So Vox and Nagafin are both very much alive. Oh, well, I shouldn't say both. Spoilers, Vox is dead. Kind of. I brought her back to life, partially. Anyways, the point is, they wanted to do that, and the Ring of Scale said, fuck you. Once was enough, and they kicked him out. So Vox lives in permafrost, which is that door right there. I don't know why I'm pointing at it. You can't see my hands, but you can see my mouse cursor. See where it's doing that little dance? Yeah, that's permafrost. Nagafin is in Lava Storm. You may probably have guessed. He's in a fire realm. Anyways, they're not allowed to have kids, but they do have a lot of eggs. So yeah, there is that. Remnants of a Bad Day. You know what? I've never seen that before. Again, that's why I like this tour series I'm doing, because it lets me find stuff I've never noticed before. We're out here. I don't know why I have tracking up still. We're out here on this little frozen lake section. There's permafrost. Alright. And then here's the Wizard Spire. Whoops. Notice the map doesn't quite match. The Wizard Spire's out in the middle of the ocean for no apparent reason. Yeah, it's right over there. There are a lot of named goblins out here that you need for quests. One of them is for that 4 pieces quest. Of course, there's many steps to that quest, and eventually they want you to go beat up some chiefs of various tribes, one of which is the goblins. There's the Spirit of Polar Lights. Again, he's involved with the quest. It's been so long since I did the quest, I don't remember much about it. There is a goblin that I ran by when I was mentioning the contradiction. over on the edge over there. He gives you a quest, which is also to kill the chiefs. He does not, however, want you to kill the main chief until the end of his quest. That main chief is also the chief that you need for that heritage quest, so if you're going to do the one, you might as well do them both. Spawning them is kind of a pain in the ass because they have specific groups that they're attached to. Yeah, over here's a good example. One of the minor chiefs spawns on this island, and so does the main chief. And you basically just have to keep killing these little groups of them until they spawn. Complete and total pain in the ass because they take like 10 minutes to respawn, and they don't have a very high chance of spawning what you're looking for. It's kind of a pain. There's 3 of the lesser, 3 or 4. Actually, why don't I just look on the map? Okay, so yeah, there's Stormgill, and over there, no, that's, oh, yes, I almost forgot. There's stuff under the water too, including, I know that you have been dying for me to tell you. Let's see if I can find it. It's a lovely little frost effect is very helpful for trying to find where the hell you're going. Where is it? Okay, yeah, it should be over there, I think. Is that it? No, that's a... What? Is someone fighting? There's probably someone fighting down here. Anyways, the language quest. Everfrost style. It's over here. Somewhere. In one of these little... I guess these are supposed to be like... yeah, there it is. Behold, this is the Everfrost version. It's right by the Wizard Spire. I'm surfacing. So yeah, there's a whole new world underneath. You got those little water elemental things, and watch your head when you come up. You don't want to drown because you came up under an island. And there's sharks, of course. Anyways, so yeah, we've got Master Webclaw. I think he's the main one. Tidal Flux is a named down there. King Zatan. Oh, that's right. He's that epic that I almost never see. He's a... Oops. Not what I wanted to do. Thanks, Mouse. Your help is always appreciated. Yeah, he spawns over there. He's a giant. Frost giant, if I remember correctly. ×2, not too bad. You got like Stormgill, Webclaw. There's a couple over on these islands. We have Sleet Skin and Mistmaw. Webclaw is the main one that you want with that heritage quest. And you're going to want him for that other goblin quest too. But don't kill him too soon. On the other hand, it would suck to go to all the trouble of spawning him, and then while you're trying to get the 2 quests caught up to one another, some other asshole just runs up and kills it. That does happen. Not too often, but it does happen. There are a lot of assholes that play this game or any other online game, as you know. So yeah, anyways, that's what's over here. Nice little place. There used to be a avatar that spawned over on one of those islands. It was the Tribunal avatar. There's that goblin I mentioned. He gives you the quest Rain Scour. It's not bad quest rewards for it. This is the lady's view because it's referring to the Lady Vox. She's inside there, but that's not where she lives anymore. That's where her crypt is, her tomb. But you can restore her. She also, you know what? Let's go inside. Nah, I'll do that one later. We'll do that later. Otherwise, I'd have to do the same thing with Solus XI, and that would just not be pleasant because that's a big zone. Remember, Solus XI was basically the end game zone when the game first launched, which puts permafrost just behind it. And those 2 figures, Lady Vox and Lord Nagafin, featured prominently in the end game quest. Deception and Fire and Ice, and to speak as a dragon, of course. There's Tundra Jack again. How's it going, buddies? So we're flying over this way to the other end of the whatever this place was called. We're going to go through this little tunnel. You can just see it ahead of me there. We never did see the green shard, the green egg. It's basically an Easter egg hunt, that little quest. I think it's called an... God, what is it called? An Eye for Power? I think it's called an Eye for Power. It's for Tobrin's Mystical Eye Patch. It's a piece of cloth armor, headgear that you can wear. Lets you see invisibility and stuff. It's not bad. It sucks if you're not a cloth wearer, though, because you know it's cloth armor. Anyways, look, lots of spiders through this cave, and now you come out on the... Oh, found a thing. pause while we get the thing. Is it something cool? It is. Enchanted froglog bone. Oh, that's not cool. I hate when they make me choose. Anyways, okay, we came out on this side. Alright, this little tiny area here. This is where you'll find the white shard right in this part, and the blue shard is over in this part. So this whole little area here gets 2 shards, blue and white. White's easier to find of the two because it's, well, not too much of a hostile zone. I mean, some of this stuff is hostile, like these bloodthirsty leopards. That's a named, by the way. Drops a chest, it's very nice. And these guys, but for the most part, you just got icy shivers. They're not hostile, as I recall, and the stags and whatnot. Here's another group of pioneers that give you quests to do. Druid of the World Tree. Yes, the World Tree is found over where the blue shard spawns. That way. Well, what the heck? Let's go check out the World Tree. Now, recently there was a live event introducing the new expansion, and something terrible happened to the World Tree. I don't remember if I did the event on Roas, however, so maybe the World Tree will not be blown up. Ooh, oh no, it was half-elf. Hey, I'm a half-elf. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the blue shard spawns over in this area. You need to be careful over here. There is a hostile... Oh, there's the blue shard. Da-da-da! Check out that little blue egg. Yeah. Yeah, this is the World Tree. Oh, yeah, it looks like it has been blown up. That's terrible. That's terrible. It's been blown up. See? It's been blown up. Let's see. One of the chiefs spawns right there, in fact. Chieftain Iceburn. This guy's actually a good guy. He's trying to help the tree, so you shouldn't be mean to him. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, although that is totally not true. I judge books by their cover all the time, and I have found some very kick-ass books doing that, so yeah. Anyways, this guy, the Seraph of the Stags, is an epic ×2 47. Not too terribly scary, but he does have a... He is an openly hostile mob, so if you get too close to him, he will attack you, and that could ruin your day if you're not expecting it. He's not too tough, but then again, he is an epic, so... You know, yeah. So that's what you find over in this area. All these little, the numbfoots. It's like, well, guys, maybe if you wrapped yourselves up with some nice thermal socks, you wouldn't be numb. Or then again, maybe it's not because they're cold. Maybe they've got neuropathy, like me. So, you know, again, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover unless you're, wanting to buy a book and you're like, huh, The Eye of the World. That looks kind of interesting. Oh my God, the best series I've ever read. I love it so much. Yeah. Anyways, white shard also spawns in this area, but again, it's over on this side. I wonder if it's even up. White shard, it's up. Let's find it. Oh, there it is. Didn't see it. That's the white shard. It looks like the blue shard. The reason I came back over here, though, is because of this little group of people. These guys are shard quest givers, or at least he is. These guys all give you some quests related to one of these shard zones, which in this case is right here. No, that's the menagerie. Right here. Miragul's phylactery. The shard quests are daily quests. There's one for each of the 3 versions of the phylactery. Here, I'll show you the phylactery. The other quests there are just one-time quests. They're like, here, go in there and do this. Boom, done. You don't have to ever do it again. Remember the Valkyries and the Minotaurs? Yeah. There's another way in here. So that little T intersection. Alright. Right here is Miragul's phylactery. I've mentioned Miragul. He's that very powerful necromancer who's still around today. Well, yeah, this is his phylactery. This is both a shard zone and a raid zone. The shard zone are group zones that scale to your level. There's 3 of them. We have this in order of difficulty: Scion of Ice, Anathema, Crucible. Okay? Easy, medium, hard. Those are the scaling group zones. The Planar Shard is a raid zone, and the Planar Shard trade skill is part of the Shadow Odyssey. Wait, was it Shadow Odyssey or was it the Sentinel's Fate? Don't remember which one it was. Might have been Sentinel's Fate. Might have been Shadow Odyssey. I think Sentinel's Fate, actually. Yeah, it had to be Sentinel's Fate because it involves paint needle. Anyways, that's the crafting epic that gets you a special item that boosts your crafting stuff. I've done it on one character. And there's a raid zone in there that you have to do some crafting in. Sneaky stuff. If you you know, blow your cover, then you get obliterated by these level 100 times 4 amygdalans that just rip your face off. Hey, look, another horse. So yeah. Anyways, these guys will send you into the group zones to do stuff. You'll be looking to find something or to kill so many of the different creatures and bring back samples, that sort of thing. This guy, basically the same deal. However, they're repeatable. Every day a different quest, and you get a shard for completing the quest. Shards are used. Let me see if I have some on me. I might. Let's see, it's currency tab. Yeah, void shards. This is all currency. You use them for various purposes. In the case of void shards, you use them to buy void armor, which was introduced with the Shadow Odyssey, which at the time was pretty damn good armor. It's still not bad armor if you need an upgrade, but it's not great by any standard. But hey, you know, if you've got the shards handy. Icewell Pass. We're heading back towards the beginning now. This is Icewell Pass. You can't see it, but it's a tunnel system right through here. Alright. If you go this way, the end of the tunnel system, you're going to find the menagerie, Miragul's menagerie, where he put a bunch of creatures to study or something. I don't know why he did it. He did it. That's all we need to know. Again, it's a group zone. You're going to finish up a heritage quest in there, 1 or 2. There's also a raid zone in there. It's for one of those in-zone quests that or in-game quests that I mentioned. Deception, Fire and Ice, that sort of thing. On the other end, remember there's a little door right here. That's where you go out to find that little encampment. Anyways, on the other end, all these guys are hostile, by the way. At least I think they are. Pretty sure they are. There's also a named one of these, except it's not a skeleton, it's like a ghost. Sometimes it would spawn twice at the same time, so there would be 2 of them roaming around here. It's called what was it called? An accumulation of something. Let me look. It might be on the Ice Fright, Glacial Construct. Here we go. Congregation of Screams. It shows it as spawning closer down by the menagerie, but they also spawn in this area too sometimes. They roam though, so that could just be it spawns way down there and roams all the way down to here. But anyways, you come out here. There is a squid thing down there. There he is. Undertow. He's named. Worth AA. I should mentor down and come back and kick his ass sometime. Anyways, you're out in the water. Ooh, watch out you don't get hypothermia. That would be bad. Clamor fish. There's a chest down there that gives you a quest. Swim through this tiny little tunnel here. Okay, we're now back out in the bay, and you can see the docks just ahead. Some of these sharks, as I mentioned, are hostile. I think the bigger ones are not, but I'm not 100%. It's been a long time since this zone has had color for me. So that pretty much, well, actually, it's not pretty much about it. That is Everfrost. Alright, so let's just go over it real quick one more time. Lots of quests to be picked up out here, but it used to be mostly like clickable items on the ground and stuff that gave you the quests, but they added in more NPC quests too, so quests all over the place. So, you start here, down here, you can go this way through the Bitterwind Trench and come out to the Minotaurs / Valkyrie zone, or you can swim over here to this cave, come through here where the ice frights are, and come out in the shard zone area. There's a horse just on the other side of the bay. Horses will take you all over the place. You know, there's some right by the shard zone quest givers. There's one way over here just by permafrost. Wizard Spire takes you out to a hostile part, but if you need to get to the Everfrost Shrine, that's probably the way you'd want to go. Here's the World Tree. Remember, watch out for these raid zones. Or not raid zones, raid mobs. There's the Seraph and there's the Krathuk. And, yeah. A couple little instances here. The Forbidden Sepulchre, the Menagerie. I think the Forbidden Sepulchre has I think it's more of a lesser group zone, or it might even be a solo zone. I'm not going to swear to it being a group zone. Icepire Summit, raid zone, permafrost. That's consider it Everfrost Part 2. You're going to have to go in there eventually for stuff. Yeah. In fact, can't remember what it's called, but the ice castle for the Christmas season quests is based on permafrost. So, yay there. Anyhow, that's that. Next time we're going to be hitting, well, we got a couple we need to hit up. We need to hit up permafrost. Eventually I'm going to want to show you the shard zones. Where are they? Shard zones. Shard zones. They're over here somewhere. There they are. Whoops, right there. And of course I'm going to have to show you the Shard of Love, because Shard of Love is awesome. And by the way, the Shard of Love is not a raid zone, it is a group zone. It's basically a shard zone of sorts. Shard zone is a term I use interchangeably with different types of shard zones. See, I just used it interchangeably there. Void shards were the original shard zones, the ones like in Befallen, the ones here, the ones in Lava Storm, Finn's Nathzar, Loping Plains, etc., etc. Then in Sentinel's Fate they added a different type of shard, Mark of Minar. Those are still basically shard zones, but instead of giving you a shard, they give you a Mark of Minar. So I guess you can call them mark zones. And they've done that with each successive expansion. They've added new types of currencies. As you can see, there are quite a few. Mark of Minar right there. There's the Void Shard, Mesheva's Tribute, loyalty point tokens, Farsi's Trading Company tokens, Erelisi coins for the Erelisi, well, Valentine's Day quest, dungeon marks for the running the dungeons, which are mostly pointless now, Blades Insignia. Those were added with the Desert of Flames, and, oh, Mysterious Blue Coin. You get those for doing crafting stuff, but yeah, they all have different purposes. These you use to buy Void Armor, the marks you use to buy Mark Armor, etc., etc. So yeah, we got a couple of more zones to check out. Probably going to do permafrost before I do lava storm, just so we can kind of keep things in a kind of order, which, well, just because I film them in a certain order doesn't mean that you watch them in a certain order, but still helps me, keep semi-organized as I do this stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.